It will be very cool. Can people in the back hear me?
Yep, and we're working on the music.
All right. Maybe I'll start dancing. So thank you for having me here, having us here. Solomon Thompson. The name of the company is actually Blue Collar Objects, and we have a vision of organizing the work of a generation. And BlueJean Time is a platform that we built to embody that vision. So why am I here? About a month and a half ago, there was this thing called Chantilly Day that took place close by, and we were one of the booths, and we met, I think his name might have been Charlie, but I'm not sure.
Charles? Yep.
Yeah.
And he is not here today because he is away.
I don't want any trouble. So we
One
had
man who never is missing.
So you all were doing fundraising there, and we were talking about BlueJean Time. So he said it might be good for you to give a conversation, give a talk, be a speaker at one of your meetings. So I'm here now. And my mission is to be done in 20 minutes.
We won't scream.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 25.
And you're gonna tell me every 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. So let's see what happens. All right. So I don't know if this is true. This was put together recently, but I've worked with some nonprofits. A friend of mine started something called College Tribe to try to get more black boys into college, and worked with a couple of other organizations, and this thing is just moving. So I'm not sure if this is true, but attracting and retaining, are these challenges that face fundraising?
Sure.
Attracting and retaining, organizing work?
Number 4 is probably the biggest.
Yeah, raising funds. Yeah. Any other things that are challenges? Okay.
Pivot on auto. Pivot on auto.
Challenge keeping this.
Yeah, I mean, membership is always, so retaining volunteers would be the same thing.
Okay.
And doing the background work to keep the organization going, the paperwork, the record keeping, the applications, the forms, the grants. There's a lot of background work.
Right. To stay in compliance with being a nonprofit and stuff, that kind of stuff as well?
Well, being good for Rotary, I think.
Public relations and publicity are always a challenge to help some of those things.
Got it. So, we're going to take a rapid walk through the BlueJean Time community. And I'm going to go quickly because of time, and also there's no way that we can absorb all this information. If you want more information, you can get in contact with us. But so what is BlueJean Time? BlueJean Time, it's time to take off your business suit and work from anywhere, organize work from anywhere, make money anywhere. We set up this platform to enable people to be able to work without having to be in a room. So our company, we never get together unless it's for a social reason. We do all of our work online, and we do it by putting stuff online, having daily meetings, 15 minutes a day to talk about what we did the previous day, what we plan to do, are there any impediments. Every week we have these things called review meetings, where we review our progress on what our objectives were, and we also do planning to estimate how hard it's going to be to do the next week's worth of work. It doesn't matter if you do it daily or if you do it weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. You have to have some notion of planning, and then you have to have some notion of keeping people engaged. So this is a process that we use as a software development company, but also for running a business, and we've been helping other organizations to do that remotely so that they don't ever have to get together unless they need to get together. So what this platform, this BlueJean Time platform, allows you to do is to create a private intranet place. I don't know if people are familiar with what an intranet is, but if you're familiar with the web, think of having the web where only people who have a login have access to the web, have access to what it is that you have in your place, your virtual place. Does that make sense? So this allows you to very simply, once you become a member, any member can create a place, and you can, thank you, and you can invite people to the place, the same way you might invite them. Anybody on Facebook? Anybody on LinkedIn? Anybody on Twitter? Okay. Well, Facebook has a notion of groups. I don't know if anybody's on a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group. These are like Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, except the default is to be private, so that when you create the group, when you create the place, nobody even knows the place exists unless you invite them to the place. And this was built for businesses initially to be able to do work. And as you'll see, within each place, you have the ability to create these things called topics, which are like documents, but they're online. And you can put words in there, you can put graphics in there, and you can basically, the advantage of that is you can have ideas that everybody in the group can review, look at, add comments to. And there's this thing called elections, which is every organization needs to go through a certain workflow in order to get things done. I'm going to figure this out, I really am. In order to get things done, they need to be able to brainstorm on ideas. We need to be able to make a decision on which ideas are good, and then after we make the decision on what we're going to do, then we have to come up with what are the tasks, what are the things that we need to do to get this work done, and then we assign that work to people, and then we track it. So platform in summary, I'm just going to talk through it without scrolling through this. It allows you to brainstorm on ideas using these things called topics, and then you can have people add comments, and then you can press a button and generate an election, have the group vote on it to make a decision. So you can make a decision on ideas, or you can make a decision on humans if you're going to have elections. And then when you make a decision on what to do, then you can brainstorm on what are the tasks to get this work done. And people can just type, add response, just like in Facebook where you update your status, you can just add responses, and then you can press a button and generate a checklist of all the things that you want to do, all the things that people said, delete what you don't like, assign the work to people, and then have people work on it, and they can check it off. When they think something's done, they just check it off, and everybody's notified when things are checked off. If you're having problems, you can add comments and all that kind of stuff. So the idea is that all that work can be done online in Facebook, LinkedIn type fashion, where there's security and all that kind of good stuff. So that's the idea of small organizations, small organizations can organize their work that way. And this is all free. Any human can get into the community, create a place, and then invite people in their organization into the place and do work, go through the workflow of coming up with ideas, making decisions using elections, and voting on them. So that's free. Then the next piece is, so the vision, as I mentioned, is to organize the work of a generation. But BlueJean Time, we want the platform to enable people or organizations who don't necessarily have lots of money or lots of opportunity. We want to shatter the barriers of entry to getting things done, to making money, as well as starting a business, doing work. So one part is the ability to do the work through topics, elections, and checklists. The other part is, how do you make money on this platform? So there's two things that exist right now. One is called the Dollar Place app, and the other is called sharing, a share feature. The Dollar Place app allows you to take that place that we talked about. Remember, you can create a place and invite people to it. It allows you to take that place and make it into a content-based app that you can charge a price for. So I'm going to show in right here how this could work for the Rotary Club or nonprofit or anybody who has an idea. First, you create a place, you create topics for the activities or initiatives that you're working on, that you want to either make a decision on or get on ideas on how to implement. Gee whiz, one day. Then, so you can have the election, as I mentioned before, come up with the plan using shared checklist, and you can invite people to the place, and this place can allow you to have transparency into what the organization is doing. Everybody who's in the place can see all of that. So we already talked about that. But then the next thing you can do on the money side is, so I have in small print, this is a little busy. This was created last night, and it's going to get simpler over time, but not during this meeting. But I'm going to, I'm going to try to describe it. I put numbers to help navigate this. So this,
I think it's probably on automatic.
yeah, this somehow I have to figure out how to stop this from scrolling. All right, so